there, welcome to the first episode of Outdoors with Bud Fields here at the Kokomo Lantern. I'm Pat Muncy, the publisher of the Kokomo Lantern, and with me is the eponymous host of Outdoors with Bud, Bud Fields. And I am so happy to have him here with the Lantern. If you've followed Bud or myself over the years, you'll know that we were together with the Kokomo Perspective for several years, and that's where maybe you've heard of Bud before, or read some of his columns, seen some of his past videos. So this isn't a new thing for either one of us, but we're happy to be here, and we're going to share Bud's love for outdoors with you. And I'll tell you right up front, I'm just here to introduce because I don't hunt, I don't fish. I respect if you do, but it's just never been, I'm all thumbs when it comes to that kind of thing. Bud, however, happens to have an extra 2 fingers when it comes to hunting and fishing. And,
I did have, anyway.
Yeah, so, yeah. Turns out they attract the fish pretty well. So, Bud, tell them a little bit about what you want to do with this show and then what they can expect over the next few months.
Well, hopefully I can share some of my over 70 years of fishing and over 60 years of hunting experience with tips and techniques to maybe whoever's viewing can enjoy the outdoor lifestyle as much as I have my entire life. I grew up, my parents had a cottage on a river. I was about 4 years old when I started fishing, and I was running the river banks with a fishing pole in one hand and a Campbell's soup can of night crawlers in the other hands. And if I could find a stump or a rock to sit on, I was there fishing. And my mother even had a picture of me in our backyard. I must have been probably 5 years old. We had a little rubber swimming pool that had like 2 layers on it. My dad would fill that up with water, and he put creek chubs in there, and my mom would walk by the window and look out, and I would be out there sitting on the ground fishing in that little swimming pool. And it's something that's I've never lost the desire to do it, and it's really exciting. And hopefully I can share some of this stuff with you folks, and you can pass it on. It doesn't have to be just a man's sport. A woman can enjoy a lot of the hunting and fishing. Kids, I love working with the kids because that's the future of the outdoors. We got to teach these kids, and the electronics that's around anymore, it seems like that's dominating what the kids are getting involved in, and I want to see them get back out there hunting and fishing. And the most important thing about it is making memories. I've got memories. I can close my eyes. I can remember when I caught my first fish, and my dad had tears in his eyes, and I thought maybe I made him mad. But after I become a father myself, I remember when my kids caught their first fish, I had tears in my eyes because I was so enthralled that they was enjoying what their dad did. But I wanted them to do it because they enjoyed it, not to make me happy.
I think it's great that you all had that upbringing. That really ties your family together. And some people, they're fortunate enough to live in families where that's an integral part of their lives. Some of them come to it later, but there's something in the outdoors world for everyone to enjoy. And there's something about Bud you probably don't know. Bud is actually the grandfather of the dad joke. So if you've ever heard a dad joke, he's probably the guy who came up with it. And if you think I'm pulling your leg, you just keep watching. You're going to get a few.
Well, I was never big enough to whip anybody, so I had to develop a sense of humor. And since I'm getting older, I can't run near as fast.
Yeah.
And my grandpa used to have a saying about that, but I won't. This is going to be a lot of humor in this show, and it's going to be directed to where anybody in the family can enjoy it. But stay tuned with us, and I think we're going to have a good time. I know I'm going to have a good time doing it.
Absolutely. And again, this is going to be exclusive on the Kokomo Lantern. You're going to be able to see it every week at the same time. And I believe it's going to be on Saturdays. And you check the schedule. We'll have a publication schedule, but you're going to be able to see it at the same time every week. But it's also recorded, so you'll be able to watch it anytime that's convenient for you. Or you can listen to the audio version of the podcast as well. All at KokomoLantern.com. You'll be able to see links at Facebook and at Kokomo Lantern at Substack.com. So plenty of ways to experience. We'll also be on YouTube, so you'll be able to follow the Kokomo Lantern YouTube channel and see Bud's stuff every week brought to you. And the wonderful thing about this is that if you enjoyed a program and you want to tell Bud, hey, that was all right, or if you want to say, hey, Bud, that really stunk, you can do that. Or if you have questions or comments about the topics that he discusses, or you want to discuss a topic, please feel free to reach out. We'll have links to email addresses where you can contact me or Bud or the Lantern, and we'll let you be a part of the show as well.
Very good, yes. And I wanted to say that there's not a right or a wrong way to do things as long as you're having a good time. And what works today might not work tomorrow, but main thing is, remember, it's about making memories.
All right.
Yeah.
So thanks for tuning into this first one. It's just an introduction. Next episode, next week, you're going to get into some real outdoor stuff, and that means I won't be here in front of the camera. It'll just be Bud, and I'm sure the viewership will go up remarkably. So thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to the Kokomo Lantern Podcast Network.